The Thin Blue Line is an annual motorcycle run organized by the Sentinel's Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club.
I'm a deputy sheriff for the city and county of Denver. I'm in the Sentinel's Motorcycle Club just to help raise money for fallen officers that are unable to make the rides or that are not with us anymore. It makes me feel good that I'm actually helping people that can't make the rides, and it helps just the brotherhood of the whole law enforcement community.
The third annual ride on June 1st, 2008 started at Top Gun Motorsports in Denver and ended at the Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial in Camp George West in Golden, Colorado.
Today's ride is, sum it up, is in support of the Law Enforcement Memorial. Our first year, we've had 125 riders. Last year, we had 227 riders, and this year we're hoping that we'll have just over 300 riders. The route is about an hour long, and then we go to the Law Enforcement Memorial. There, once at the memorial, we're going to do a dedication to the memorial, a prayer, and we'll have a bagpiper and a few speeches, and then from there we're going to go to Long Shots Bar and Grill, where we're going to have auctions and fundraising there.
The 2-hour registration for the ride took place at Top Gun Motorsports in Denver. This was an opportunity to socialize with old friends, make new friends, listen to a live band, and admire bikes. The Thin Blue Line ride was organized by the Sentinel's Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club.
Back in 2006, the Sentinels were created by myself, Dennis Chavez, who's also a Denver police officer, and retired Greenwood police officer Bob Arthur. We decided that we wanted to create a club that was based on law enforcement morals and ethics and brotherhood. So when we did that, we started with just the three of us, and from there we started to grow. And what we wanted to do, and our main goal with the club, is to raise money for fallen officers and their families. The Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial, the run that we're doing today, is actually our main driving force. The Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial is out of Golden, Colorado, and it's been a state location for the memorial here. And then what's happened is the memorial's kind of gone unattended in the last few years. So we decided that we were going to start raising some money to beautify the memorial. The Sentinels have been around now for 3 years. This is our third annual run. Our first two runs, we were able to raise just over $16,000 for the memorial.
The actual ride took place in waves, the first starting at noon. The scenic ride takes about an hour and takes a different route each year. This year's ride started near 58th Avenue and I-25, went out I-70 to Highway 6 to East 40, back to I-70, and ended in Golden.
My favorite part of the ride, any ride, is just being on my bike and being out in the wind and, just being able to have that freedom. the other portion of it is just the emotion that comes with it when you're doing a ride that's put together like this, where everybody's working together today, and you see kind of us putting the ice in the back of the car. And when I called around for donations, people were more than willing to give stuff, which was great. The most emotional part of the day, obviously, is at the Law Enforcement Memorial. Being there, seeing the memorial, and, you know, the benediction is huge. It really brings you back to, you know, hey, we need to pray. These people their spirits are still alive. No matter what, if their physical bodies are not here, their spirits are still alive, and we need to remember that. And their families are still here, and they are remembered. And, you know, at any time, none of us are exempt from, you know, having that happen to us. We never know what's going to happen in this line of work. But the benediction and the blessing of the bikes, I love that part when we ride off. So that's really awesome. And then just to see the money that we've raised and how that helps to build our memorial and make it better each year. I love that.
The Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial honors Colorado law enforcement officers who have given their lives in the line of duty. It is located at the Colorado State Patrol Academy in Golden.
But I want to thank everybody for turning out this year. For those of you that have been out here for 3 consecutive years now, my hats are off to you. Thank you very, very much. We've raised quite a bit of money for the memorial. As you can see, it's gone to a great cause. We're beautifying the wall over here. Things are working out really well.
We ask for your eternal spirit for those men and women who served law enforcement community whose names are etched on this memorial.
I come to this event to honor all the men and women in law enforcement who have lost their lives in the line of duty. I myself had an agent who was killed about 1.5 years ago, and I ride in memory of him as well. His name was Special Agent Greg Boss.
What I ride for in general is all fallen officers and their families. I would hope that if something ever happened to me or Ed or anyone in our club, whether they were law enforcement, former law enforcement, whatever, that we would all band together.
The Thin Blue Line event wrapped up at the Long Shots Bar and Grill in Wheat Ridge. There was lots of food and drink, door prizes, and live music. Closing out the day, a charity auction raised additional money to support the Law Enforcement Memorial.